Hello, thanks for tuning in. Today, part 3 of our Ibanez Roadstar II modification video. These are the pickups that are going in, Seymour Duncan's. These are the hot pickups, P and J. I have a couple of Seymour Duncan 250K pots. I have a blend knob and the output jack. So I can't put the pickups, I can't solder the pickups together with this until it's in the base, but I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff soldered outside of the base. It's a little easier for me this way. So I'm going to kind of show you what I'm going to do here. Move this camera out of the way. Hopefully you can still see it though. First things first, I already bent this a little. I'm going to put a piece of wire between that and the just the body of the pot, because that is going to be the ground. And this is I strip wire with a lighter. I mean, I'm not telling you should do that, but it works really well and it's really fast. Boom. So anyway, I've already tinned my soldering iron. One thing that I will say is tinning stuff, beforehand really does help. I'm going to go ahead and tin this just a little bit too. Always, if you don't have good ventilation, always use something to ventilate. I have this right here. It's going to be a little loud when I turn it on, but you want ventilation when you're soldering. And this basement doesn't have a lot, so. All I wanted to do there. I'm going to put this through and bend it. This stuff is awfully small, so sometimes it pays to have a magnifying glass. I don't think I need it for this, but all right, that's about where I want it. And it doesn't take a lot of solder for this. Let's get it hot right here. It should do it. No, not quite. Almost though. There we go. And then what I want to do is I want to be able to use this. Get that bend down because I want to put some solder right on top of that. Because I'm gonna ground quite a few things there. That's actually one of the pickups is going to ground there as well. The P pickup. And since this is already tinned, it should stick pretty quickly. In this instance, I do want a little bit of a blob of solder. About like that. There we go. That's good. And again, it doesn't take a whole lot. Some people use more than others. So from here, from this center, we're going to go to, this is going to be from the P pickup. So it is going to go, the center is going to go to the center of the, yes, to the center of the tone. Sorry, I have to think for a moment. Okay, so the center of the volume, I'm just going to wrap through here. Just like that, is going to go to the center post of the tone. Again, I'm going to wrap that well. Give myself a little bit of lead too, so I have enough. I have enough when I put it in. Just going to go ahead and solder that real quick. That's got it. And all right, that's got that. I would like a cordless soldering iron. I'm sure they don't make one, but that would be cool. All right, and then from there, the first post is going to go, I believe, to the bottom. I think here. Yes, the bottom left post. Okay, so this post, again, I'm just gonna pull it through and bend it over tightly. Makes it easier when you solder it. Is going to go to this bottom post right here. There we go. It's got that. Leave that has got that. Yep. I mean, you can find diagrams for this stuff anywhere. I look them up online when I'm not sure. I mean, I don't use blends too often, so I did have to look this up to make sure I knew what the heck I was doing. And then the way this one goes, we put a wire from this post to the far post on the blend. So let's go ahead and do that. That over nicely. And it probably would have been easier if I would have waited and soldered these together. I didn't, so that's all right. We will make it happen. It's not a big deal. As a matter of fact, I might not even need any solder on it. Oops, hang on here. Made a little mess there. There we go. Now let's see if I can't just... Let me tin this piece of wire just a little, and it should just go right on there. Don't need much. There we go. That'll be good. And I think yep, that should have it. I'm going to get this right here. Okay. And then while we're on this, we'll just go ahead and finish this switch up, other than the hots, because there'll be a hot coming from the J pickup right there, and coming from the P pickup right there in the center. But we need to put another one of these crossovers from here to here. So let's just go ahead and knock that out too. Okay. Put this through and hold it over well. And then through here. There we go. this over really well too. Yeah, should be good. All right, let's solder those. Last little piece of solder. I do have more. It's just getting a little too close, too small for me to hold. So one mistake you can really make solder if you're not used to soldering is just using too much. It really doesn't take much. Once it holds, it's good, and it pretty well fastens itself almost immediately. So it cools in just a matter of moments, and then you can check it. There we go. So those are good. All right, so as you can see, we have our volume going to our blend. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run a ground from here to the side of the blend, and then to the tone. First things, before I do that though, I'm going to go ahead and hook this up. I'm going to put a capacitor on. Just a little orange drop here. All right, and this is going to go from this post to the center. Oops. Another reason it's nice to do this outside of the guitar is you can pick it up and hold it. And say these parts are small. There we go. So I'm going to squeeze this together well. And when you're working with soldering capacitors, you want to make sure that you don't get it overly hot because you can destroy the capacitor. So in this instance right now, I'm just going to put a blob on top here. There we go, it should be good. And this one's going to be kind of hard to get to. Should get it. Yep. Alright, so now we're going to run a lot of grounds. First thing, like I say, from this switch, we're going to run a ground from this post to the side of the switch. So I'm just going to do it like this. And this is another good opportunity to tin this wire pretty well, and that way it'll stick right to that. Again, if I would have been thinking, I would have done these at the same time, but I wasn't. It's okay, it all works. There you go, that's got it. Now I want to put this, I'm going to basically ground this right on here. You definitely want to have good grounds, and run into issues if you don't. Let's see here, let's try this like this. Yeah, I should do it. All right. So in this instance, again, I want a little bit of a blob on there. So I'm going to run a little extra through it. Whoops. I missed it. Hang on. Almost. Turn it the other way. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm sorry if you can't see exactly what I'm doing. There we go. Just want to get a little bit of a blob there because I got other things to ground on it. Blob is the technical term, I do believe. Okay. So now we want to go from here to the top of this tone. So I'm going to get a piece of wire. Again, I don't want these to be too long, but I want them to be long enough so I can move around as I'm working in the guitar. And then I can always tie them up, which I usually just, honestly, I use like just twist ties most of the time. All right, so first things first, I'm going to lay this like this. I think it'll be easier for me. And you know what? Didn't follow my own advice. I need to tin this. There we go. Almost got it. Ah, Pookie. I'm going to try this. Sometimes you feel like you need 3 hands. And this might be one of those times. Okay. I moved it and it's stuck up here. I think this will work better. I'm having a time getting this to stick. There we go. There we go. There we go. Sometimes you just get one that just does that to you. Okay. So, going from this to the top of the tone. Let's tin this again. Or tin this side. I'm going to put a fresh blob here. There we go. Put just a little bit extra on there. All right, so that's looking pretty good. The only thing we have left to do for this is we will wire this to the output. You know what? We're going to also, I'm thinking about it, we're going to run a wire off to the output, and we're going to run a wire from here to the hot output, a wire from here to the ground on the output, and we're going to run a bridge ground too. So that should be long enough for the bridge ground. All right. And that just a little. Nope. Whoopsie. Took it off. There we go. What I want. All right, so that's going to go to the bridge ground, and then I need another one that's going to go to the ground on the output. All right, let's tin this. Oops. I just want that to stick, and then I'll put some more on it. There we go. Okay, and this is going to go to the ground on the output. Now, the negative on the output is always the one that you can see. You can see the metal around it. Let me try to bring this into view. It's through here. Right. It's good. Let's go ahead and solder that. All right, that's that. Now we need the positive, and I believe, yeah, we're going to come from the center post. To here. So you cut a piece of wire for that. Should be long enough. Just gonna put this right through the center. I was smart this time. I left room for it. Get there. All right, let's solder this. All right, that's that. Then we're going to solder this to here. And then we're done, other than soldering the pickups in. Like I say, we'll have to put those in the base first. All right, I'm gonna double check myself. Sure everything's good. This one will be for the J base. This one will be for the P base pickup. All right, all good there. Coming off our ground. Our potentiometer. Positives are there. Yeah. And this is going to the ground. All right, so we're good. Next step is going to be putting it into the base. So we'll be back for that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it looks messy, but it's so much easier doing it outside like this. Please listen to Rifle every day. Tell your friends. Subscribe, like, rock on, love one another.